Welcome to Speak Local, where we break down real, everyday Aussie English.
Let's get into it.
I want to tell you about the best idea I never said out loud. It's my second month in an Australian job. We're in the big quarterly meeting and someone proposes a plan. And I can see, clear as day, there's a hole in it, a real one. The numbers don't work, and I have the fix fully formed, sitting right there in my head.
And let me guess, you didn't say it, because honestly, I wouldn't have either.
I did not say it, because the person who'd proposed it was senior to me. And where I'm from, you don't stand up and poke a hole in your senior's plan in front of everyone. That's not caution, that's manners. You'd raise it quietly, afterwards, one-to-one, so nobody loses face. So I sat there respectfully, waiting for the right private moment.
That's exactly the instinct I still walk in with. Wait for the quiet word after.
And the meeting just moved on. The flawed plan got approved, and 3 weeks later it fell over, exactly where I'd seen it would. And here's the part that actually stung. In my review, my manager, kind man, meant well, wrote that I was quiet in meetings, that I could contribute more.
Oh no, the quiet in meetings line. I have had that line written about me.
I'd been the opposite of not contributing. I'd held my tongue out of respect, and it got read as having nothing to offer. And that's the thing I want to be really careful about, because this is the whole episode. The room made a mistake. It read my silence as absence. And it was wrong about me. But it's a mistake that costs you. To that room, if you don't say the thing out loud, it's almost as if you never thought it.
So, it's not that you were wrong to stay quiet. It's that the room can't see what it doesn't hear.
That's exactly it. It's the room's blind spot, not yours. But until the room learns, your best thinking can go unheard. And it's not malice. It's just a different rule book for the same room, and nobody hands you that rule book. So that's today. Welcome to Reading the Room. We're doing meetings, speaking up, asking questions, and the scary one, disagreeing with someone above you, without disappearing, and without becoming someone you're not.
Okay, before we go further, say the frame because I think people need it before anything else today. I know I did.
The frame is this. You are not shy. You are not a confident person. The world keeps trying to hand you that label. What you actually have is a register, a beautifully calibrated one, for how you behave around people more senior than you. You wait. You listen. You let the elder speak first. You disagree privately, never publicly. That register is full of intelligence and respect, and it works perfectly in the room it was built for.
So, it's not a confidence thing, it's a setting. That genuinely helps me because for years I thought the problem was me.
It's a setting. And the problem was never you. The Australian meeting just runs a different one. Flatter, louder, where the junior person is genuinely expected to jump in. Neither is the brave one and the timid one. They're two tools. We're just adding the second. So when you walk into an Aussie meeting, you can pick it up on purpose and put it down again the second you walk out.
And nobody's asking us to become a loud person.
Nobody is. And, quick thing because I want to say it out loud early, nobody's asking you to change how you sound either. I still sound like me. None of this is an accent class. We're just learning when to say, let me know, instead of kindly revert. That's register, not accent. Keep your voice, it's yours.
Good, because I wasn't planning on handing that in.
Don't. Speaking up in an Australian meeting is not the same as being loud or arrogant or stepping over people. It's a few small, learnable moves. And here's why it matters more than almost anything else in the season. Because in this culture, being heard is how trust gets built. It's how you get the interesting work. It's honestly how you get promoted. The script of staying respectfully quiet, a good script back home, quietly holds skilled people back here. So we fix the unfairness, not the person. Segment 1, the doubt.
Wait, the doubt? Because I still say this one all the time.
So back home, the most natural, polite way to flag that you'd like to ask something is, "Ma'am, I have a doubt." "Sir, I have a doubt about this section." In Indian English, a doubt is simply a question, especially in a learning context. It's classroom English. It's gracious. It signals, I want to understand this properly. Generations of brilliant students have raised their hand with, "I have a doubt."
And I'll be honest, I still type I have a doubt into work chat and then stare at it. Because over here, I have a doubt sounds like you suspect someone of something.
That's exactly the mismatch. To an Australian ear, doubt carries uncertainty. I have my doubts about this. So you say, "I have a doubt about your proposal," and the room hears you casting doubt on the idea, like you're skeptical it'll work, when all you wanted was to understand it better. It sounds less like, "Help me understand," and more like, "I'm not sold." A totally different message from the one you meant. At the Aussie desk, you'd just say, "I got a quick question." Or softer, "Can I check something?" Same gracious instinct. It just lands as curiosity.
I've got a quick question. That feels so casual after I have a doubt about this section.
It is. And that quick is doing lovely work. It signals I just want one thing cleared up. And a free upgrade. In an Australian meeting, asking a question is not a weakness. It's read as engaged. The people who ask good questions here look smart, not lost. Segment 2. The heart of the whole episode. Saying it in the room. So this is the big one. The move from "I'll raise it quietly afterwards" to "I'll say it now" in the room. And I want to give the afterwards its full due first because it is not cowardice. Raising a concern privately, one-to-one, so your senior never loses face. That's a sophisticated, kind, high-skill piece of social behaviour. In a lot of the world, it's exactly the right move.
It's literally my reflex, whereas in an Aussie meeting, if you've got a concern, you're kind of expected to say it to the room while it's happening.
While it's happening. Because here, the meeting is the decision. If you save your objection for the corridor, two things go wrong. The decision's already made, and worse, it can look like you went behind someone's back. The public room is where you do it, which feels, at first, almost rude.
So how do you disagree with your boss out loud without it being a fight? Because that's the part my body refuses to do.
This is the whole skill, and it's smaller than you think. You don't attack the person, you build on the idea, wrapped in warmth. So instead of "you are wrong," which nobody says here anyway, you say, "Yeah, I really like the direction. Can I just build on that?" And then you say your actual point. You agree first, stay warm, then slide the real thing in.
Build on that. So you're disagreeing, but you've made it sound like teamwork.
It is teamwork. That's the genius of it. The disagreement is real. The warmth is also real and they're not in conflict. Others to keep in your pocket. I might be missing something, but which is gold because it's modest and it gets your point out. Or the lightest of all, yeah, one thing. They let you contribute hard while staying kind. You keep your respect. You just stop letting it make you invisible.
I might be missing something, and here's the thing, half the time I might genuinely be missing something. So it doesn't feel like a lie.
Exactly. And that's what I love about it. It's often true. You might be. And even when you've got the point exactly right, the phrase just lets you offer it gently instead of kicking the door in. It's a real courtesy, not a fake one. And Australians use it constantly themselves. Not a trick. Just the warm wrapper the disagreement travels in. Segment 3. The senior in the room.
Okay, the names. This is the one I still cannot make my hands do.
It shocks me still a bit too. So back home, when you address a senior in a meeting, you'd open with respect. Respected sir, ma'am, Dr. Sharma, if I may. The title is the respect, worn out loud. It's warm, it's correct, and it does important social work.
And here you'd call the same person Dave in the meeting to his face. Yeah, Dave, I reckon.
Just Dave. The CEO is Dave. You email the head of the entire company, "Hi, Dave." And the first time, your whole body resists because it feels like a disrespect you'd never commit. So I want to honour both sides. The Australian first name thing isn't a lack of respect. It's a flat ground, egalitarian streak. Nobody's meant to act above anyone else. They even have a word for it. Tall poppy. The idea is that no one should act above anyone else, and if you do, you get cut down to size.
So calling him Dave is doing the respect thing. It's just pointing the other way.
It's doing the same social work your respected sir did, just pointing the opposite direction. "Hi, Dave," says we're on the level. I trust you to take my idea straight. And practically, using the senior's first name when you make your point actually helps you here. "Dave, can I build on that?" Lands as confident and collegial. Keep respected, sir, for every context where it belongs. At the Aussie desk, he's Dave.
Okay, but Priya, half the time when Australians disagree, I genuinely can't tell that they're doing it. I walk out thinking I won the meeting.
And that's the most dangerous thing in this episode. So segment 4 is a survival skill. Australians disagree in code. They soften it so much that if you're listening for a clear no, you'll miss it. Someone says, "Yeah, that could work." Little pause, little rise. And what they mean is that will not work.
That's fair. We do that.
It's a bit ambitious means impossible. I'm not sure we've got the bandwidth means no. And interesting. Just that word on its own, flat face, often means, "I think that's a bad idea, but I'm being polite." The disagreement is real. It's just wrapped in 3 layers of cushioning.
So how do I tell a real yes from a polite yes? Because I need this on a card on my desk.
Listen for what comes after the but. The warmth at the front is the cushion. The message is at the back. Love it. But have we thought about the cost? The love is the wrapping. The cost is the point. And the move for you, use the exact same cushioning to disagree safely. Yeah, totally hear you. Just one thing. That lets you push back hard while sounding completely agreeable. You're reading the room and speaking it.
Right, and the other thing that catches me In an Aussie meeting, you sort of have to grab the gap, and I will not grab the gap. I wait.
You do have to grab it, and this one's hard because it goes against good manners. Back home, and honestly in plenty of well-run rooms anywhere, you wait to be invited. The chair brings you in. Priya, your thoughts? You don't barge. Waiting your turn is polite.
And in an Australian meeting, nobody ever invites you in.
Almost never. There's no neat queue. People just step into the gaps. They talk over the tail end of each other's sentences, and it's not rude, it's engaged. So if you wait to be asked, the meeting can end and you'll never have been asked. The fix isn't to shout over people. It's one warm little phrase that buys you the floor. Sorry, can I jump in here? Can I jump in is your key into the room. It's polite. There's a sorry right there. But it's also you taking the floor instead of waiting for it to be handed to you. And once you're in, hold it. Don't trail off and hand it back. Say your thing, fully, then stop.
And honestly, on our side, when someone jumps in, we like it. It reads as keen.
It reads as keen. A word we'll get to. The instinct telling you to wait politely is a good one. It's just calibrated for a room that takes turns, and this room doesn't. Segment 6. The follow-up that gets you the credit.
Okay, last pair.
Last pair, and it's about something quieter. Getting credit for what you did. Back home, there's a lovely humility to how you talk about your own work. The work speaks for itself. Drawing attention to your own contribution can feel like showing off. So you finish something brilliant and you say, nothing, or it's done.
And then in the meeting, someone else mentions it and gets the nod. I've watched my own work get the nod for somebody else.
And that's exactly the trap. Because in an Australian meeting, the work does not speak for itself. It speaks through you. If you don't name what you did, it can quietly become invisible or become someone else's. The move isn't bragging. Australians hate bragging too. Tall poppy cuts both ways. It's a light, factual flag. Yeah, I picked that up. It's sorted. Just putting your name gently next to your work.
So there's a sweet spot. Flag it, but don't brag it.
Perfect summary. Flag it, don't brag it. A flat, yeah, that was me, happy to walk anyone through it, is exactly right. And crucially, it's how the credit, the trust, and eventually the promotion find their way to the person who did the work, which is often you and often me. Now I get to turn the whole thing around. Because the Australian way has a real cost. And it's time somebody said it.
A cost to the Aussie way?
A real one. We've spent this whole episode helping you speak up in a loud, flat, jump-in-the-gap room. So let me be fair about that room. It is terrible at one thing. Hearing the quiet, considered people. In an Australian meeting, the loudest idea often wins. Not the best one. The best idea, half the time, is sitting silently in the head of the person who was raised to listen first.
Yeah, our meetings reward whoever talks fastest.
They do, and that's not a strength. It's a bug. The deferential room I grew up in does something the Aussie room is bad at. It makes space. The senior person draws the quiet ones in. Priya, what do you think? It treats listening as a skill, not absence. And the best Australian managers I've had were the ones who'd stop the loud room and say, hang on, we haven't heard from everyone.
So it's not learn to be loud, it's the loud room has a blind spot and we can actually see it.
That's exactly it, and that's the flip I want you to walk away with. You're not arriving with a deficit to overcome. You're arriving with a thing this culture is genuinely missing: the instinct to listen, to make space, to value the considered answer over the fast one. The best version of you in an Australian meeting isn't a louder person. It's the one who can speak up clearly and still draws the quiet ones in. That's not assimilation. That's you upgrading the room.
Honestly, I've started doing the "we haven't heard from everyone" thing. Turns out the quietest person in the room is often the one I most need to hear, and our meetings are genuinely better for it.
And that's the proof. Respect runs both ways. You came to learn how to be heard in our room, and you're quietly teaching us how to actually listen.
Okay, but I still can't always tell what Australians actually mean in a meeting. Decode them for me, decode them for all of us.
Yes, because you can have the perfect phrases ready and still get ambushed by what comes back. So, the Australian Decoder Meeting Edition. Simon, you're the specimen.
I accept my role.
Number 1, and this one breaks the laws of physics. Yeah, nah, and nah, yeah. Simon, do you agree with the proposal?
Yeah, nah, I'm not sure about it.
He just said yes and no in one breath. And somehow every Australian in the room understood him perfectly. Yeah, nah means no. A soft, friendly no. Nah, yeah means yes. The first word is a warm-up. The second word is the real answer. In a meeting, this is everywhere. Yeah, nah. I reckon we hold off is a no. Always listen for the last one.
That's wild. And it's on them to be that confusing, not on us. I'm not the one who decided yes and no should share a sentence.
Number 2, how Australians end things. I'll let you go doesn't mean you're busy. It means I want to end this gently by pretending it's for your benefit. And we might wrap it there. That's the meeting being closed. It sounds like a question. It is not. You're just being walked to the door politely.
We really can't just say the meeting's over, can we?
You physically cannot. Too direct. So you disguise the ending as a kindness. Number 3, the big cultural one. Understatement. In the room, Australians shrink everything. If your idea gets, yeah, not bad, you've been praised. Not bad means good. A bit ambitious is a no, and if the boss says your work is pretty solid, that's high, genuine praise. The feeling is always 1 or 2 sizes bigger than the words.
So if Simon says my plan is not bad,
Then Simon thinks your plan is excellent. He's just constitutionally unable to say so out loud.
It was a very good plan, actually.
See, he had to be dragged to it.
I feel like I need subtitles for my own colleagues.
You do, and that's not a failing. Speaking the language and reading the room are 2 different skills. So, the meeting room slang pack. Keen means enthusiastic. Up for it. Yeah, I'm keen is a strong yes. Across it means I understand it fully. And the sneaky one, let's take that offline. It does not mean a phone call. It means we're not discussing this here. Talk to me after. Sometimes genuine, sometimes a polite way to shut a topic down.
Take it offline is the great Australian meeting escape hatch.
And the last few, the warm ones that pull you in. Have a crack means give it a go. Want to have a crack at presenting this? Is an invitation. And saying yes is how you get seen. Sing out means let me know. None of these are tests. They're doors being held open. Walk through them.
Doors being held open. I like that. That reframes the whole slang thing for me.
That's what most of this slang actually is. A wall when you can't read it. A door once you can.
Okay, land it for me. Recap.
Here's where we've been. I have a doubt becomes, I've got a quick question. Sitting on your disagreement becomes, can I build on that? Respected sir in the room becomes, yeah, Dave. When Australians say, that could work, but listen after the but. Waiting to be invited becomes, sorry, can I jump in? And letting the work speak for itself becomes a light. Yeah, I picked that up. Flag it. Don't brag it.
And the decoder.
And the decoder. Yeah, nah is no. Nah, yeah is yes. We might wrap it there means it's over. Not bad means good. Keen is a strong yes. And let's take it offline means not here.
And the thing you taught us.
And the thing that goes the other way. We haven't heard from everyone. The quiet, considered voice isn't the weak one in the room. It's often the one holding the best idea. So here's the truth I needed someone to tell me on day one. You are not quiet. You are not lacking confidence. You are never not contributing. You have a register built out of respect, and it's one of the best things about you. We're just adding a second register for the Australian room so it can finally hear what you already know. Keep the respect. Add the voice. Both of them are you.
And honestly, I'm going to be practicing every one of these with you. That's the part I want people to hear. We're learning this together.
We are. And Simon, don't let us run the meeting on whoever's loudest. Pull yourselves up.
Fair. Hang on, we haven't heard from everyone.
That's the one. It's becoming my one-woman campaign. And now Arjun's two-person one. If this helped, there's a whole season of it. One on small talk and the terror of how you going, and one on Aussie email where please find attached herewith goes to live a shorter life. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next room. You've got this. Now say it out loud.
Yeah, nah, see ya.
He means yes. Thanks so much for learning with us today.
If it helped, give us a subscribe. And the next lesson's ready when you are.
This has been Speak Local, real, everyday Aussie English.
See you next time. Catch ya.